Hello, I'm Harriet Simmons, and I'll be doing this presentation on Harriet Green. Now, Harriet Green became the CEO of Thomas Cook Tourism Company back in 2011. The company was nearly $1 billion in debt, and this was a company in trouble. It was hopeless, and she came in and was able to turn the company so around. So she's a great leader, and one of the things that makes her such a great leader is that she didn't stick to one leadership style. She was able to go to a bunch of different ones and kind of use which one she needed in the specific time, depending on the situation. And one thing that she did really well, she was very charismatic. This tied in very well with the authoritative leadership style because she was able to convey a vision that really appealed to all of them, and they wanted to follow her. So she essentially enlisted them, and they came with her. Now, another thing that she did well was the democratic style. She listened to all of the stakeholders from different categories. So she did the outsiders like the customers, and she did the insiders like the managers, the employees, like the executives. She even listened to stockholders. She got all their opinions, and she formulated a good plan that really worked, because that was very democratic of her to listen to everyone. And she also combined both the transactional and transformational leadership styles. She used them both because different situations take different things. They really needed a transformation, and the people were hopeless. They needed a new identity. So transformational style was good for that, but you also need incentives and structure, and you need people to give you clear information, and so transactional was also good. And another thing that she did really well was implementation of these. Now, the Middle Eastern Business Review cites that she did two specific skills well. The first being communication. Now, she was good at articulating the vision, giving it appealed well, it was clear, it was cut, they knew what to expect, but she also was very good at listening. As we've already said, in the democratic style, she was able to really listen well and figure out a vision that appealed to all of them. And she also formulated trust. This was trust between her and the employees, but also it was trust between the employees and her. It was mutual. She trusted the people that stayed, and they trusted her to get there where they needed to go. Now, another thing that she did exceptionally well was change management. And when it comes to change management, I imagine that she ran into this thing that John Carter quotes in his book, Leading Change, that once a leader gets into change, there's all these steps that you have to take. He lists 8 steps, but the one thing that he says is that you'll find is you start a project and there's all these things that you think that you're going to have to do, but it ends up being way more. And you end up realizing you need to restructure the whole organization. That's essentially what she did when it came to change management. She didn't leave any area untouched, really. She took a third of the employees and just basically got rid of them. She took a third of the people that were already there, executives, and she kept them. And a third of them she hired, she brought up, promoted internally. But a third of them, since 1/3 of the people that were left over were actually the third that got fired, she replaced those with outsiders. And it just brought this whole sense of energy. And I think that I talked about it already, but she had that shared vision. And I think a shared vision is so huge when it comes to change leadership. So you need to give a vision that they all can get behind, that it's going to benefit them. And listening to their thoughts was a huge part of that. Now, what she also did really well is she was a good negotiator. She was able to basically, get the right prices. She made very many cuts, and she was able to explain why different things needed to be cut. And she worked on program development very well. She developed new leaders and different people. Like I said, she hired internally 1/3 of the people she got promoted. So there was a new hunger in this place, and they became efficient. She was able to, like I said, they cut a whole lot of stuff out. And another thing that she did is there was all these different subsidiaries of Thomas Cook, different little companies. There were actually 85 of them, different brands underneath the company, the parent company, and it made the customers very confused. She wanted to make it more customer-friendly experience, so she was able to merge it and cut down to 30, make it clear, make it obvious, make it really easy, and it just was able to just totally liberate this company. She even made these cross department teams that would work, where she had these specific things that they actually learn to do more than one function, so that they can kind of see how theirs how their job fits into the whole of the organization, and it made them become better workers. Because she made people, instead of having the mindset of, she really gave people the mindset in her vision that, okay, this is not a bunch of little private companies and hotels and little things that all kind of just come under. It's not a franchise, is what she was. Even though it kind of is a franchise, she was saying essentially, no, this is one company. We have a shared vision that you need to see how your work affects the people over in the other place. So she was able to do that. Excellent display of leadership, and I think that there was a quote at the beginning that talked about how leadership actually is almost like beauty, because you can easily recognize it, even though it's really hard to describe it. And when it comes to Harriet Green, it was easy to recognize that she was a great leader. So I want to thank you for giving us this article to read. It was actually really fun. I enjoyed it. And so thank you very much for listening to my presentation. I hope you have a great day.